Covering the islands of the Bahamas, ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight.
There is breaking news tonight over the proposed poll on gambling. Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Keishel Adderley. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister Perry Christie announced minutes ago that the proposed gambling poll will be put off until next year. Mr. Christie is at this hour holding a press conference where he has announced that the poll will be postponed to January 28th of 2013. He has told reporters that additional questions will be added to the ballot. Meantime, a bill to deal with the legal framework for the poll will be addressed when Parliament meets tomorrow. Now, he is part of a statement from the Prime Minister. This statement from the Prime Minister says he is, quote, satisfied that the bill will put to rest such concern as there may be in the country as to the legal propriety of the referendum. The Prime Minister will present another communication in which he says he will address other pertinent aspects of the matter more fully. Now, of course, this poll, initially addressed as a referendum, has produced many queries which have arisen since it was announced that that referendum will be held on December 3rd. Again, a live press conference is happening at this hour. Prime Minister Christie announcing that the proposed poll on gambling has been put off until January 28th of 2013. Of course, we'll give you more details from that press conference in our next newscast. In other news tonight, a leaked letter revealed that the NIB board voted to terminate Chairman Algernon Cargill over what the board has called gross misconduct. Cargill's attorney tonight is vigorously dismissing the accusations as scandalous and unfounded. Andrew Knowles tonight has the Prime Minister's take on the allegations which have prompted NIB's board to call for Cargill's resignation.
Scandalous hit the National Insurance Board. A leaked letter reveals that almost a month ago, board executives voted to terminate the services of Director Algernon Cargill and another executive. National Insurance Board Chairman Gregory Moss reportedly sent the letter to National Insurance Minister Shane Gibson on November 8th. The 22-page letter alleges several conflicts of interest scenarios and victimization charges, among others. But today, Cargill, through his attorney, Alfred says, is categorically denying these allegations.
The allegations are scandalous. The allegations are false. And we are currently reviewing the allegations with our client in terms of advising him of his legal remedies.
According to Mr. Sayers, Cargill expressed pure and utter shock over the claims, especially since all of the transactions referred to in the letter would have been sanctioned by the chairman and the board.
I think it's incredible that a public institution, without the benefit of an independent investigation, would have asserted scandalous and false allegations, and also to put those allegations in the public domain. It is unfair. It would not have accorded in this entire process any due process to Mr. Cargill. So not only are they false, but it's also patently unfair.
Now, while it's a matter that rests with the National Insurance Minister Shane Gibson, the nation's chief also commented on the controversy. Prime Minister Perry Christie says the allegations levied against the CEO of a government entity are very serious and must be dealt with appropriately.
We have to ensure that when we deal with this matter, as it is being dealt with at the ministerial level, that we have to deal with it properly. The fact of the matter is, the leader of the opposition also brought questions to Parliament with respect to the National Insurance Board, the chairman, a member of the board. All of these are matters where, as Prime Minister, I have to be put them to an inquiry to tell me what the facts are so that we may make the right decisions with respect to those things.
Prime Minister Christie also spoke to the letter being leaked.
It is always very difficult when people try to force the hand of an administration by leaking information. There is always a better way to do it than to leaking it, but the fact of the matter is, it is what it is, and we have to deal with it.
Now, this isn't the first time there's been an attempt to oust the NIB director. Back in May, union executives of the Public Managers Union and the Union of Public Officers were unsuccessful in their bid to remove Cargill through a no-vote confidence, charging dissatisfaction with his leadership style. Andrew Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Minister of Labour and National Insurance Shane Gibson says an investigation will be launched into the allegations made against Mr. Cargill, and he's expressed disappointment with the publicizing of the matter.
The board has taken a position that I'm very, very disappointed that position was made known publicly by I don't know who leaked the information, but it is really it wasn't right the way it was done. And so as soon as we are able to have it properly investigated, then of course we will disclose the information that we find out.
Now, Minister Gibson says the next step is to look into appointing an independent person or body to conduct the investigation.
It's important for us to try to have an independent person to really, or company auditors to go in and really look at all of the things that were said and to determine whether or not there's any truth. I mean, it's all alleged as far as I'm concerned so far, and it would be wrong for anybody to jump to the conclusion prior to us having an opportunity to properly investigate it by somebody independent, not anybody actually a part of the situation.
Now, Minister Gibson was unable to say at this time who that person may be. The investigation is pending. Legal arguments and other preliminary matters prevented the murder retrial of Stephen Dye Stubbs and two others from starting today before Supreme Court Justice Roy Jones. 37-year-old Stubbs, along with Andrew Davis and Clint Ellis, are accused of killing Jimmy Ambrose, a police officer, back in 1999. The holdup is also in large part to the hospitalization of Andrew Davis. The heavy police presence was still visible today on what was expected to be the start of the retrial. Director of Public Prosecutions Vinette Graham-Allen, Neil Brathwaite, and Anthony Delaney are prosecuting the case. Muriel DeSeal, Jerome Roberts, Ian Cargill, and Ramona Farquharson Same make up the defense team. Police are investigating a house fire which has left a 69-year-old man dead. According to police reports, around 9 o'clock this morning, police at Great Harbor Key received information of a house fire in southwest Royal Palm. Police responded and, on arrival, met a two-story wooden structure completely destroyed by fire. Officers conducted a search of the debris and discovered the man's body burnt beyond recognition. A team of fire investigators from the capital are on the island assisting their colleagues with the investigation. Members of a local community are looking to reverse criminal trends, replacing them with good vibes through partnership with police. Crime has been decreasing in the area recently, and all involved are hoping it stays that way. Here's Stephen Gay.
When one thinks of Yellow Bella Gardens, one would tend to think about a troubled community that has seen its share of serious crimes over the years. This large community that spans west from Blue Hill Road to Samalo Butler Highway is home to thousands, with many pockets that are frequently visited by police and have even been identified as crime hotspots. But that perception is now changing thanks to an aggressive crime watch association who was partnered with the police to bring about change. Superintendent Philip Don Wilson, officer in charge of the Grove Division, says a strategic system of patrols and community walkabouts and new signage aided in a significant reduction in crime since January.
Since the recent walkabout by its sitting Member of Parliament, Mr. Arnold Forbes, and the increased participation of members of the Yellow Elder Crime Watch community, things have somewhat diminished.
A look at police stats show a significant fall-off in reported armed robberies, house breakings and shop breakings from January to now when compared to the same period last year. Director of the Yellow Elder Crime Watch Association, Navolia Johnson, says she is pleased with the results thus far and now has a renewed sense of safety and confidence in the police. She wants more residents to get involved in the movement.
We're still looking for more residents in the community to be a part of what we are doing. We are begging you, please be a part of what we are doing. Let's keep our community, let's keep it safe.
Member of Parliament for the area, Arnold Forbes, expressed delight in knowing that crime is reducing in a key area of his constituency. He reiterated his commitment to improving the quality of life for all in Mount Moriah. Stephen Gay, ZNS Network News.
Well, still to come in the Bahamas tonight, find out what led to this unfortunate detour. That's after the break.
The news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.